Well, because I'm preparing for my interview, and I have to do
Okay.
some prepare in advance, like the uh, behavioral in behavioral interview questions, and I'm I also prepared for some questions like this. I will try to type in the chat box.
Uh, all
Then,
right. Tell
the,
me about how you
yeah,
worked effectively. Mm-hmm.
then I'd like to give the answer I have prepared, and I, I I will
All right.
appreciate if you can correct my pronunciation or the grammar. I will be
Yeah, no worries.
very happy.
No worries. All right.
Okay,
So let's see. I see the questions there. So I'm going to ask you the questions and then you'll answer me and I'll help
yeah,
you.
yeah,
All right. Let's
exactly.
do that. Okay. All right. So let's go the first one. Hi. Good afternoon, Elon. Thank you for coming to the interview. Please introduce yourself to us.
Okay, well, I'm Elon Chen. You can call me Elon for convenience. I'm a software engineer from China, and I have been working as a software engineer for 8 years. And
Okay.
I have a plan to move to New Zealand, and I'm searching for some job opportunities, and I'd like to I'm flexible to work anywhere in New Zealand, but I prefer to work in Auckland, and I also uh, I'd like to introduce my job responsibility, and
Okay.
and
Um,
yeah.
let's see. If I ask you, please introduce yourself. I think what you said up to here is fine. Don't say too much because then they're going to
Okay.
say, but what about all my other questions? All right. So everything you said was great. And I just want to tell you, do you know what country in the world for me is the most beautiful on this planet? And I've been to a couple of countries. Do you know? Can you guess?
Well, mm, New Zealand.
It is. Have you been to New Zealand?
Okay.
Have you been to New Zealand?
Yes. I'm.
Oh,
It was
beautiful.
a long time ago. I got married, and I had a honeymoon with my wife to and spend our honeymoon in New Zealand for 1 month.
Oh, lovely. I love New Zealand. I love the people, I love the food. I love everything about New Zealand. So I really hope you get that job in New Zealand because it's mm. Anyway, let's carry on. I just wanted
Okay.
to share my feelings of New Zealand with you, my feelings for New Zealand. All right, so Elon, tell me about how you worked, how you work effectively under pressure. How do you handle pressure?
Well, well. First of all, I think the best way to deal with the pressure is you use your passion and enthusiastic enthusiastic.
Give me a bit more so I can understand what you mean. Use your passion.
Yeah, use your passion uh, because generally speaking, pressure means your tasks are very challenging and frustrating.
Mm,
Uh, and if you can you can face the problems directly and use your passion to to finish it, to to manage it, and
To
you will
manage. That's a good word.
enhance your profession, and also uh, gain your knowledge. So
Hmm.
I'd like to give you an example. It was a short time ago. I joined a new company, and as a beginner, I had to face some very uh, difficult situation because I was not familiar with the system and the tools of, and the so I I worked under pressure. So 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 I'd like to talk about how I dealt with this situation. Firstly I I tried to get familiar with uh, the the system and the technical knowledge which were used in the company. So in this way, I could had a quick start. Then if I had any question, uh, I can't uh, uh, I can't manage.
Answer?
Yeah,
Can
I'd
you
like
manage? That's
to
fine.
yeah I'd like to ask the help. I'd like to ask my manager or my coworker for help. So they can give me some advice so I can finish my tasks effectively. So
Okay.
as a result, I finished my first tasks on time. So and also at the same time, I also learned a lot of technical knowledge. So and I was prepared for the next tasks uh, as well. Yeah, that's all.
Okay. All right. So you are going to work well under pressure. Perfect. How do you handle a challenge?
Well, challenge. Well, when it comes to the challenge during the work, sometimes challenge is coming from your colleagues, and also for example, um, during a, pro, a project, I faced a very difficult problem, and I gave a plan to try to face the problem, but my colleagues uh, uh, didn't agree with this plan. So I think uh, this situation could be called challenge.
It's challenging.
Mm, yeah,
Challenging.
yeah,
Challenging.
challenging.
Challenging situation. All right. Yeah.
So so um
So how would you handle it?
so I I gave some I have a very detailed conversation with the colleagues, and also and try to give a quick demo to 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 have a quick feedback from the customers, so that we can figure out if this plan is if the plan worked well, uh, the if the if the feedback is negative, we will try another one. But if the feedback from the customer is was uh, very great, well,
Very
then
good. Very
yeah,
good.
and
Very
if
good.
in this situation, we would have a deal. So I think this is the key point, because feedback is a very good way to
Mm.
deal with the challenge. Yeah, that's all.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, feedback and talking, communication. Remember to
Yes.
always say communication, talking to your colleagues or whatever. I just want to give you one. You said something was very great. Okay, we don't use English that we say it was very good.
Okay.
Okay, so we either say it was great or it was very good. So if you want to
O-
use great, then you just take out very, or you can say very good. All right.
okay.
Okay. Have you ever made a mistake? And how did you handle the mistake?
Well, well, um, it was a long time ago. Um, I
Okay,
I
can I give
was
you a tip? Can I
yeah,
give you a tip?
of
So if they
course.
ask you that question, you must say, well, we all make mistakes. So, you know, obviously I have made one or two. So just reiterate that, saying that, of course I have, we all make mistakes, but we learn from our mistakes. And then you can give the example. All right.
Okay.
Make mistakes and learn from them, meaning that you won't make the same mistake again. All right, so I'm going to ask you again. Have you ever made a mistake and how did you handle it?
Of course, we all make mistakes and learn from them. Let me give you an example. It was a long time ago. I I was dealing with a project, and we have a certain deadline. So, in other words, I had to finish the uh, task on time, and then but I was a perfect perfectionism,
Explain to me what you want to say. I was
uh, a perfect man.
a perfectionist,
Yes,
meaning
exactly.
that you want all your stuff to be perfect.
Oh yeah,
Okay, you call it a perfectionist, meaning
yes,
that you want all your stuff must be perfect, in line, correct, perfect. Then you call yourself, or I am a perfectionist.
yes.
That's the word.
I'm a yes.
Okay.
As I was a perfectionist, then I just wanted to finish the task more perfect. So so I so I do
Okay, let's say, sorry, Elon. Let's just say that I'm a perfectionist and I wanted to finish the project perfectly.
yeah, yes. I
Perfectly.
yeah,
Perfectly.
I'm perfectionist, and I wanted to finish the work perfectionly,
Perfect. Perfectly. Let me write it down for you. Perfectly.
uh, perfectly.
Perfect. There we go.
Yeah,
Perfectly.
perfectly. I want to
All
finish
right.
work perfectly. So I do, so I did many additional work to help my or our customers to 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 have our perfect service. But as a result, I, I didn't finish the work on time, and it also lasted. It was later one week than
Hmm.
the uh, after the deadline.
The deadline. All right.
Yes. So I think it was quite a mistake because I didn't finish the work on time. So um, after the mistake, I reviewed the mistake and I make an conclusion that I should have a conversation with my manager. Or in another way, I in another words, I should ask my manager for help and try to give a priority so that I can finish the work on time or make make or confirm that um, which is the important which was the important uh, task I should finish. So
Yeah, which was the more important task I had to finish?
yeah,
Import, the more important task that I had to finish.
yeah. So I learned a priority from the mistake.
Perfect. That's a good one. Learning that priority is a big issue. You learned that from your mistake. You can use also if you say you want to ask your manager for help. You can also ask him for some advice,
Yeah,
meaning that he must help you. It's the same as asking me for help, but you can just use the word advice, and that's it's a better word. All right. Okay, let's see. Give me an example of a goal you reached and tell me how did you go about to reach it.
okay. Well, I think,
What was your goal?
well, uh, when I when I want to set a goal, I there are there are many things I should dealing with. Uh, for example, first of all, I just want to I'd like to figure out what the uh, what was it going on in the in the last quarter.
Yeah, the
For
last
example,
quarter.
uh, I if I want to increase or profit of some industry. Uh, sorry, I mean, if I want to increase the business profit, I'd like to review the how was it going last quarter, and then set a goal, which is set a goal which is very achievable. Now, secondly, I'd like to set a very uh, I'd like to separate the task into very little tasks, so that
Mm-hmm.
I can get a quick feedback, and it is also very easy to judge uh, whether we achieved it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then thirdly, I'd like to, yeah, as I said, I'd like to make the goal, uh, that goal be achievable.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, um,
Yeah.
so that we can, so that the goal can inspire ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's see. Describe a decision you made that wasn't popular, and how did you um, implement it?
Okay. Well, I'd like to give you an example. Well, uh, last uh, last year, we have a project, and we was going to
We were.
change. We were, yeah,
We were.
we were going to change some some old framework to the new one,
Mm-hmm.
and we want to wanted to finish it in 1 year. S- and as a re- and at the end, we desire that we can uh, we can change the framework 100%. But I gave an advice that uh, we can set a little goal every quarter, s- so
Mm-hmm.
that we can achieve the goal in 1 year eventually. Like we get uh, 30 30% in one corner, so that at the end of the year we can achieve 100%. So I and as a result, we achieve the goal, and we also get a lot of uh, got a lot of uh, great feedback from the customer, because we have gave the service one to a part of the customer in every quarter. So in this way, I think we we managed the goal,
Mm-hmm.
we achieved the goal, and um, also serve the give provide the good services uh, to the customers in advance.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask you other questions. I'm going to ask you, tell me why do you want to come to New Zealand to work?
Well, well,
Now you must tell them you had your honeymoon there and you fell in love with the country, something like that.
yeah, yeah. Well, uh, first of all, I'd like to talk about the national environment, and
Yeah.
I had been to New Zealand in 3 years ago, and at that time I I had uh, felt in love with this country, and also I determined determined to move to New Zealand in 3 years ago, and I also began my plan. I even quit my job. I resigned my job, and and tried to move to New Zealand, but because of the pandemic, I have to give up my plan.
Okay. I
And
had to. I had
yeah,
to.
yeah,
Not I have to. I had to.
I had
Perfect.
to give up my plan and lived
Hmm.
and worked in my current country. So, uh,
Okay.
but recently, a few a few months ago, the immigration organization react my visa. So I
Reacted to.
yeah reacted it to my work visa. So I resigned my job immediately and began my plan. Then furthermore, I'd like to talk about the work-life balance, and I think this is the the great values in New Zealand, and I also very into these values. So I think
Hmm.
it would be very suit for me.
Me and my family.
Yeah, me and my family. Yeah, that's
Okay.
it.
So, all right. So you said that you prefer to work in Auckland, but you are open to work in other parts of New Zealand as well. Which other parts do you think you would like to work as well?
Well, maybe I think I think the Auckland is the best, and then if the company
It's the
can
biggest, yeah.
pro uh, biggest, and if the company provides provides some job opportunity in another words like the uh, Wellington or Crystal Church.
Christchurch, yeah.
Yeah,
Those are the other two bigger
yeah,
cities.
yeah, and then I would be okay. And also, if the company provides some remoted job position, I
Okay.
think it's also great.
Yeah, I am open to it, meaning that you will definitely consider it. I'm
Yeah,
open to it.
I'm also open to it.
Open to it. All right. Now just remember Wellington is the capital, all right? Not Auckland. So if
Yes,
they ask you what's the capital of New Zealand, it's Wellington because everybody says Auckland, but that's not
yeah.
the capital. Wellington is. All right. Okay. Let's see, Mr. Chan, Mr. Elon Chan, where do you see yourself in 5 years? What do you want to achieve in 5 years?
Oh, well, yeah. When it comes to the career plan, well, I have some ideas like I want to become a specialist. In another word, I want to be a expert expert in my career.
Hmm.
So, yeah, it means that I want to as a as a I want to be I want to be an expert as an iOS as a developer, and I have been working as an iOS developer for 8 years. I think I I have a lot of technical knowledge, um, technical
Technical
sorry,
knowledge.
yeah,
Knowledge.
technical knowledge, and
There we
I
go.
want to uh, enhance my skills and make myself more professional in the future.
Okay. All right. Your future plans. Do you plan to stay in New Zealand? So if we
Yeah,
invest in you, are you going to stay in New Zealand?
yes, this is my plan. I think I'm very committed to relo- relocate relo- sorry
Relocating.
relocate. Yeah,
Okay, I'm
I'm
interested to relocate, or you can say I'm interested into relocating to New Zealand.
yeah I'm very mm, I'm committed to re- relocated uh, to New Zealand.
Okay. So your long time plan is to make a life for you and your family here in New Zealand and stick with our company.
Yes, and
Okay.
yeah, as I have said just now, I think I'm very into the New Zealand's values like the work-life balance, and I think it's quite suitable for me and my family.
Hmm. And I think you must also say that it's a safe country. You feel safe
Yeah,
because the
it's
New Zealanders like that. You think their country is safe, which it is. So you like the values, you like the people, and you like to live in a safe country where you can go outside, go to the park, walk in the mountains, all those things. All right. So when is your interview, Elon?
maybe next week.
Next week already. Ooh,
Yeah,
are you nervous?
yes, of course, and I have paid much attention to my resume and also
Hmm.
my interview questions, and but
Hmm.
I haven't dealt with the English interview ever.
Oh,
So
it's your first English interview. Oh, I see. But I mean, you're on level 12 and you speak very well. So I don't think you have to worry too much about your English. I think it's I think
thank
it's
you.
fine. Yeah, you don't stress about that too much because I understood everything you said and you're fluent enough. So yeah, don't worry too much about that. What I can tell you also is don't give up. If the first one doesn't work, then go again for another one. Keep on trying. Just keep on trying. Don't don't think that it's never going to happen. Just keep on trying.
Okay.
Yeah. Because the best work I ever had, my third interview, I got the job. And then it was the best job I've ever had. So I just kept on going and I kept on applying to, and to the same job, but just um, another company. Um, so yeah, don't give up. Just keep on trying, and you will get there.
Okay.
So what is the thing? Uh, or no, what places did you go to in New Zealand on your honeymoon? Where did you go?
Uh, and we traveled to the majority of the big cities in New
Mm-hmm.
Zealand, like the
Mm-hmm.
Auckland, Christchurch, and Wellington. And we also met met a lot of uh, friends in New Zealand, and they
Mm-hmm.
are very kind to have a dinner
Yes.
with ourselves.
Yeah, that's what's the word? They're very hospitable. Hospitable, meaning that they were very open and friendly, had lunch or dinners with you, and so on. All right, all right. So if I ask, this is not part of the interview. If I ask you, what is the best thing you saw in New Zealand, or what's the most beautiful thing you saw in New Zealand? Is there something?
Well, I think there was two kind of things uh, which uh,
There
which
were,
which
there
inspired
were
me a
two.
lot, like the natural environment. There 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 were always the the blue sky and the cloud in sky,
Mm,
and
the long white
also
cloud.
yes, and and the river is the the river is very clean.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the
and
rivers and the
my
lakes, all the water is clean.
yeah, and my wife, especially my wife, very 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 love love the natural environment. And
Okay, she loved
yeah,
the natural environment very much,
yes, my
and
wife
my wife
loved the
natural environment
natural environment very much.
very much.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Secondly, yeah, secondly, um, is the kindness, is the citizens' kindness. Uh, Everyone on the street uh, said hello to us if
Yes,
we meet them, if we met them. And I think
yes, that's true.
it was quite amazing experience,
Mm.
and I also feel the kindness. Yeah, I think it's quite amazing.
Yeah, and you can also say they were always. It was that they were always ready to help you. If you asked, where's that place, or where's that place, or where can I find that, they are very eager to help. So that kindness, very eager to help. Um, yeah, and you felt welcome. You felt welcomed in New
Uh,
Zealand.
yeah,
Yeah, you felt welcomed. Now I'm just so excited for you because I would give anything to go and live in New Zealand, work there and live in New Zealand. Where in China do you live, Elon? Where do you stay?
I stayed at Beijing, the capital of China.
Okay, all right. So it's like east, yeah, east, northeasty on the east side, and a little bit more north and south. Or it's actually in the middle, isn't it? Let me quickly get a map of
Sort
Beijing
of,
here. Let me quickly get a map. Let me get my
maybe it
Chinese
is
map.
the north of the China.
Yeah, it's northeast. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's how we can label it. Northeast, maybe. Because
Yeah,
there it is. Yeah, it is definitely north. Yeah, definitely in the northern part. There we go. So I've read that there are a lot of floods in southern China at the moment. Lots of rain and lots
yeah,
of water, lots of floods. Is that true? Oops. In the southern part of China.
yes.
Okay. So I feel sorry for the guys, man. It's too much water. It does not work. All right, Elon, we're at the end of our class. I hope the class helped you, and I'm really hope your interviews go excellently. All right, and I hope to see you. And the next time I see you, I want you to tell me I got the job. All
Okay.
right, and keep on trying. Yeah, don't give up. Keep on trying.